What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another quick update, another injury update. We just got done talking about Jonathan Taylor, Anthony Richardson. If you didn't see that update after this one, make sure you go check that one out. It came out just a little while ago. But this one about Tyquan Lewis, we got some more information on what was going on with him. I was at the game and I saw him walking off the field. I thought it was his shoulder. He was holding his shoulder down. It looked like he may have separated his shoulder. Turns out I heard Shane Steichen say it was his elbow. So unless he misspoke, he does have an elbow injury, and we have officially placed him on the injured reserve. Once again, Tyquan Lewis going on the injured reserve, and that's somebody that, of course, has been really good. When he's on the field, he does a really good job for us, but Tyquan Lewis just can't consistently stay on the field, which is the hard part about it, right? Obviously, talking about just the human, he's a great guy, but just a tough break, and there's no telling so far, right? I'm recording this before Gus Bradley's ever talking to the media, so at least at this point, so far, there's really no information on how long it's going to be, what's the severity of it, what's the exact type of injury we're dealing with here. All I know is that Shane Steichen said it was an elbow injury, and we have Tyquan Lewis going on the IR. Now, with him going on the IR, what are we going to do? Who's the active roster? Who takes a spot on the practice squad? Well, if you saw this past week, number 93 that was in the game, Adam Gottsitz, the defensive tackle, number 93, he's getting signed to the active roster. When you look at what he's been able to do throughout his career, I thought it was a good pickup. Somebody that was available to the Colts throughout his career, and he's been in the league for a little while, but throughout his career, 122 career games that he's played in, 54 of those have been starts. When you look at his career stats, he has 217 tackles, 25 tackles for loss, 10.5 sacks, 22 passes defended, so some swats at the line of scrimmage, 3 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 2 special team stops. So somebody that has that special teams versatility. He's a big dude, right? Big hole filler, but also somebody who's athletic enough as somebody that's his size to be able to get in the game and again have that special teams versatility and be able to work for us in that way. But he was a part of the rotation with Tyquan Lewis out. He's going to continue to be part of the rotation on the defensive line until presumably DeForest Buckner comes back, and then we have some more flexibility. So now we have DeForest Buckner going to be out for a few more games. Tyquan Lewis out a minimum of 4 games. You also have Kwity Paye missed last game. We'll see if he's able to practice and able to play this week. What I do know is that going into this season, I was already, before we ever drafted Latu, I was talking about how Dio Dingbo was the guy, the edge rusher for us for the future, somebody that we needed to keep long-term because of what he provides for us. Easily the best defensive pass rusher that we had, even though the sacks didn't show it last year. Looking at other metrics, other numbers, and just kind of watching the tape, Dio Dingbo affect the game a lot as a pass rusher. Him and Latu, those are the future guys for us. Need those guys to stay healthy for us this season. Grover Stewart, need him to stay healthy for us. Defense has been looking pretty good for how it all started for the Colts defense. It's been pretty good over these last few weeks, right? And one was against the Bears team where their offense hasn't really looked in sync this year. The other was against the Steelers team whose offense was really starting to get rolling, and we shut it down for most of that game up until that fourth quarter started playing a little loose. But nonetheless, this is the injury update. Again, Tyquan Lewis on the IR. Then you have Adam Grotus, and then you have Adam Gottsitz, who ends up on the active roster. Kelvin Joseph comes back to be the practice squad guy. He was with us weeks 2 and 3, and then we let go of him. But he does come back on the practice squad. We'll see what happens there. We, of course, hope Kenny Moore comes back as we go into Jacksonville. We need all hands on deck. So we'll continue to update these injuries as soon as we possibly can. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime any of these updates come out, any more content that comes out. Make sure you get notified for it. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.